What does roughly $1.3 million buy you in the Brisbane market today? We're going to be sharing a recent client purchase in today's video, walk you through the property, walk you through our thought process around buying the home and negotiating the deal, and showing you the outcome as to what this client purchased in the Brisbane market in a blue chip pocket. Let's not waste any time and dive straight into the photos of this sub $1.3 million purchase. This is the front foyer and the living area of the home. The property is a 4-bed, 3-bath property with several car spaces. It's on over 600 square meters and is in a blue chip suburb within 10 kilometers of the Brisbane CBD. Now, I helped this client buy the property interstate, and they were looking for an owner-occupied residence. They were looking for a property that had value and was within their price point at this point in time, and they could potentially add value to the home in the short to mid-term, or even over the long term, do a knockdown rebuild. The suburb they ended up purchasing in was a very popular suburb for knockdown rebuilds, and to build these brand new homes up towards a $2 to $2.5 million price point. And so they purchased this home for under 1.3, so there's definitely some headroom there if they want to do a knockdown rebuild down the track, and some comparable sales which compare to this property. Now, this is the front of the home, so it's a split level property with a higher level with the bedrooms, and then a lower level with some living space, kitchen, and some extra bathroom space. So as they came into the home, it was staged beautifully, and there's timber floors throughout. There's even a window here, so they've cut out some space so you can see between the hallway and the living space, and lots of light flooding into this front room. Now, it's shot straight down to the downstairs area. This is the kitchen space. So you can see it is that old, 2-pack, that old laminate cupboards, which are cream and green, which was a very popular color in the late 90s and the early 2000s. And so this kitchen could do with some updating. And this is where my client could manufacture value and update the property for themselves or for potential investment in the short to mid-term. By just resurfacing those bench tops, having the cupboards painted and some new handles put on, they could add value to the home for a fairly minimal cost. Even the appliances could do with some upgrading, so there's definitely some headroom there for them to manufacture value. Now, this lower space looks out onto the backyard, back onto the back shed / garage, and opens up onto another living space. So this is that living space here. You can see that there's that back courtyard, which is all under a roof line. And then there's kind of trying to create that open plan feel, which doesn't necessarily work too well with some of the barred doors, which is that older style, safeguard. What's a lot more popular these days would be to change those doors to one set of large bifolds. But again, that would require a lot of work. So in the short term, probably best to leave these in place and just upgrade the cosmetics in the home at this point in time. So there's a good space downstairs, open plan dining, living, and a kitchen, and that opens up onto the backyard. So for an older style home, it's got a fairly decent layout for the area. This is the view back towards the front of the home. So you can see there's some storage space under the stairs, the Harry Potter closet, a drinks cabinet, and access back up towards the bedrooms. This is a view of the master bedroom, so it has its own ensuite. It has 2 robes actually. It has a robe there and then a walk-in robe off to the side. And it's quite a large bedroom. Enough room so they've put, as you can see in the staging here, some massive tables. So there's heaps of room either side of the bed. It's got an aircon, it's got a ceiling fan, everything you really need and expect at this price point. Now, the other bedrooms are fairly basic. The timber floors are beautiful throughout the home. And there's actually a little bit of a bonus space off of one of these bedrooms for either a sitting room or, especially in my opinion, to turn this into a work from home office / study space. So you could have a couple of kids in these rooms, or you could have this space be more of an office and study, which looks over the backyard. This is one of the other bedrooms. Again, a bit of a smaller space, but it's designed for kids. So ceiling fan, windows, bright, white and light. That's all you can expect in this space. This is that bonus room I was talking about. So it has some windows. You could put a standing desk off to the side, put some shelving up and make it into an office or a bonus space. And then again, the bathrooms are a little bit of that older style. So this is what you expect with these homes built post-war. So this home was probably built in the 50s or 60s, and therefore can be knocked down the track. And so when they've done the updated renovations, probably in the 80s and 90s, they've done green and cream. That's very popular colors from the 90s. And so this could do with some updating, or could be left in the meantime until they're ready to do major renovations on the property. Finally, this is the back space. So the selling agent did a good job of staging this with their client, making it open. It's very bright. It's got plenty of undercover space. So you can have big barbecues out here, big entertaining area, which is pretty good for these older style properties. And so that extension of the roof line or that back patio was probably done at a later date. And that leads into even more space and open area and that back shed and garage area off the back of the property. This is just that inverse view showing you that there's heaps of room. You could even pull cars down and use this as a carport space if you wanted to. So there's stacks of room and lots of options, whether you use it as additional car storage or whether you use this as a patio / entertaining area. So for around $1.3 million, you get a 4-bed, 3-bath property, 2 stories, solid build, and lots of room at the home. So over 600 square meters of space in a blue chip suburb. Now, what do you think of this purchase? Do you think they would have been better off spending the $2.5 million to go for the luxury home today? Would you do that, or would you go for something that you can do this little bit of manufactured value? This is definitely a tenant-ready property, so it can be rented out in the short term and put on the market. And when my buyers are ready to move up to Brisbane and live in this property permanently, they can decide then whether they want to manufacture some more value and give their own look and feel to the property, or whether they want to go the whole hog and do a knockdown rebuild at that point in time. Now, in terms of the negotiations, there was a bit of back and forth on this deal. The current owner of the property was looking to move on and was moving out of the Brisbane area into another location. So they were looking to sell the property quickly. And my client was looking to get the right price for them and also potentially rent out the property in the short term and then move up to Brisbane over the longer term. So we were able to negotiate the price under that $1.3 million mark and secure the deal and help the client negotiate discounts off the building and pest. We worked through a few issues on the building and pest. There were some issues around the property that we were able to negotiate a price reduction for. But overall, both parties created a win-win outcome. The sellers were happy with the situation. Myself and the buyers were happy and comfortable with the numbers. And we helped the client secure the property and work their way through towards settlement. So whether you're an owner-occupier or a property investor, you can book in a free strategy session with myself at purposeproperty.com.au. We'll have a chat about your situation, discuss your short and long-term goals, and walk you through how we can potentially help you buy in the Brisbane market. Otherwise, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel down below, and click this video over here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.